Hello and welcome to this week's Vaticano Updates, the most important news from the Holy Father and the Vatican. Pope Leo XIV cautioned that the planned ordination of Society of St. Pius X bishops could push the group towards schism, urging them again to stop and remain in communion with the Church. Responding to journalists' questions outside Villa Barberini in Castel Gandolfo, the pontiff added, "We have invited them and I am still considering making another appeal to say, do not do this. Let us try to live communion in the Church." The Society of St. Pius X said it plans to consecrate 4 priests as bishops on July 1st, without the permission of Pope Leo XIV. The Vatican warned that doing so without a papal mandate would constitute a schismatic act and carry the penalty of excommunication. Pope Leo XIV assured his prayers for all parents who suffer the loss of a child, especially a baby, on the occasion of the upcoming Day for Life, which will be celebrated in England, Wales, Scotland and Ireland on June 21st. In a message, the Pope said he is praying that these parents find consolation and peace in the knowledge of God's love for them and for the child they have lost. This divine love gives meaning to the life of every person and, far from ending with death, invites us to a new fullness in eternity, the pontiff affirmed. Those who believe God created the world are called to take on a greater responsibility for caring for creation, says Pope Leo XIV. In a video message to participants in the 10th Austrian World Summit, the Holy Father recalled that the Church has always been aware that the ecological question has a moral dimension. Reflecting on climate change and environmental protection in light of the theological virtues, the Pope said the religious dimension is in fact essential to address these issues adequately. Pope Leo defended the importance of rigorous journalism against the drug of fake news and artificial polarizations in a message to the Italian newspaper l'Adige on the occasion of its 80th anniversary. In his message to the newspaper, the Pope urged journalists to safeguard voices and faces, cultivate seriousness in every report and every analysis, preserve the beauty of cultures and territories. He also called on them to strengthen communities in the truth and never yield to the temptation to make a greater profit by resorting to the drug of fake news and artificial polarizations. Pope Leo XIV called Catholics and Jews to work together against antisemitism. In an address at the Vatican to representatives of the United Jewish Appeal Federation of New York, the pontiff reflected on the progress of Catholic-Jewish dialogue since the 1965 publication of Nostra Aetate, a declaration from the Second Vatican Council that condemned all forms of antisemitism. Reaffirming the Church's stance against antisemitism, Leo emphasized the need for Catholics and Jews to work together to combat all forms of discrimination. Find this and so much more on EWTNVatican.com. I'm Zofia Trubak in Rome for EWTN Vatican.